Hey everybody, welcome back! I'm your host, Frank. American Eagle Rises. What do you want me to tell you? Wednesday. Wednesday? Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Hey, tomorrow! Hey! It's the 15th, we get paid. The sad news is like, like 30 plus percent just flies away. How many tax men do we have taking our money away? We got the federal government, you got federal income tax, you got Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Oh yeah. Oh wait. Did I say Social Security already? um. Yeah. Then state income tax. Then if you just happen to own a house, you gotta pay taxes on that. Oh yeah, you want to buy something in the state? You got sales tax. Anyway, guys, yeah. Maybe one day we'll get rid of them. Until then, we're stuck. Yeah, so got in for a walk, got done eating. Man, I don't know, man. I still feel kind of hungry, but we're gonna let it. We're gonna let it. I don't know. Maybe I'll have some popcorn later. I got done with a walk, and yeah. Hope you guys aren't hearing that. Sorry, I got Raymond on. I thought I was gonna get this done before, but yeah, he's been on for almost an hour, so I still got a couple other things I gotta get done. But anyway, we wanted to come on real quick. I looked real quick at the market, and yeah, I don't know. What do you want? Really nothing. A little disappointing. Gold and silver been put in the rain the last couple of days. Although SPY, the ETF, it just keeps going up. I kind of paused today, but so the 10-year Treasury went up. It's been going up, a little bit every day. Nothing spectacular, but it's been. So I'm gonna say, the Federal Reserve is gonna come in here eventually and start buying, but they don't tend to do that until it gets. Let's see here. We are about at a local high. If it goes, it's at 4.53. So any day now, maybe. But the last time it got high, let's see here, pretty much almost a year high, was back in basically the beginning of this year, 4.85 ish. So anyway, the DXY gained a little bit, so it's kind of slowly stair stepping. But if you look at the overall, what do they call these? Technicals. It's starting to drift down, but I don't know. Maybe this could be they call it a cup and handle for me. Yeah, I don't know. I took all these trainings, and you try to do it in real life. You're just like, geez, they did, maybe 10 years ago it worked out, but all the computers and AI, you got computers trading with other computers, and it's like you don't even know what you're doing because like the computers don't know what they're doing. It's like most of the buying and selling is like all narrative driven now. It's not even fundamentals anymore. But anyway, we do take a look at these. Outside of that, yeah, all my stocks and miners were getting killed. But hey, not killed enough because I kind of want to load up on some more. But again, we don't want to sell anything. So I don't know. And the problem is I can't buy like partial. I know I need to look into that. I always wanted to put like buy partial shares. What's ironic is you get some of these have dividends, right? And I just have it as I get stock of that. So you get partial shares like as a dividend. So why can't I buy? I don't know. I gotta look into that. I just assume that. But anyway, outside of that, the biggest America First news is our boy. The boss man, Trump, is still in the Middle East. And another pretty big deal. This time, Boeing got $200 billion. and it's an order for like, I don't know, like 160 planes, right? So they're most likely most of those, I think. I didn't see, exactly what they were. I'm assuming they're commercial, but you never know. Saudi Arabia buys a lot of our military hardware, and I think they're. Last time I checked, I'm not sure if they can buy the F-20. They might be able to buy the F-22, but I highly doubt they can buy the F-35. But they had a lot of F-15s and 16s and stuff like that, right? So I don't know. But I don't think Boeing makes those. Like I thought Lockheed Martin. I used to remember all the companies. I was a big military nerd. I kind of still am, but there's just so much stuff going on these days, and I gotta worry about bills and stuff. Inflation rate hits lowest low. Oh yeah, that was like yesterday's news. But here's the one. Okay, so we'll kind of talk a little bit about that. That's kind of America First news, if you will. Because if you look at the chart, right, it goes like up and down, right, and there's a line that says 0, right? Well, it's still inflation's still positive. What no one will tell you is that inflation is actually a rate of change. So think about it as like acceleration, like your car, right? Like when you're traveling at a constant speed, which is a velocity, right? Your change in velocity, your acceleration is 0, right? So you're just maintaining a certain speed. So that's kind of the analogy that I would give to you for inflation. So if inflation's still positive, that means prices are still going up. Now, they're not going, so the speed at which they're going up is slowed down. So if you think about it in a slope, right, like a line, right? I don't know if you guys remember. Remember the graph? You got X and Y, right? And you got remember the slope, right? Y equals mx plus c. Yeah, I know. I think it was plus b, but anyway, I always say plus c because it's always a constant. And c could be 0, right? But that m part, they call that the slope, and that's kind of the grade, right? Like like your roofs and stuff like that came into play. They call that run over, or rise over run, whatever. I don't like saying it that way. So yeah, what you really want to do is get your inflation to this level, which means it's no longer going up, right? So if people are expecting prices to go down, that's not the case, unfortunately. Now inflation has come down to the rate at which the Federal Reserve has been kind of looking for, right? They've been trying to get they want to devalue your dollar 2% every year. That's what they don't tell you, right? So they want inflation. They don't want too much, and they don't want too little, right? They don't want what's called deflation. They only will tolerate that for only so long, right? So like in 2008, 2009, it actually went negative, which means prices were coming down. So what the ironic thing is we probably could go negative inflation for like a year, and prices probably still won't revert back to 2019 levels, right? So the good news is inflation's starting to slow down. The bad news is it's still there. Now the Federal Reserve hasn't lowered rates, so they're kind of in a pickle here because the economy sucks. Like the job market's not that great. It's not horrible, but it's getting there. I expect that to kind of go fever pitch around here. I'm in Metro Detroit. The biggest thing was Ford announced earlier this week to tell their people to work from home. And every time Ford has been, like the last 3 times Ford has done this, it's been another big layoff. I call it a big enema because they don't target, right? They're just kind of like, this entire department gone, that department gone. That's how Ford is traditionally been that way. It's like carpet bombing, so. GM has elected the slow burn. There was a couple, spikes at GM. Most of that was last year. Now GM has had this 5% thing. So essentially every year GM wants to cut by 5%, 5%, 5%, right? So they're like, yeah, it's performance based. Yeah, but if your total of people just gets getting right, that means the bar, right? The bar gets, you might be excellent performance, and then one day excellent means below average. So what? I don't know. They might just be doing that for a temporary, you know, like the gold window. Nixon closed the gold window in 1971. That's temporary. Well, the temporary is still in effect. So over what, 70? Yeah. So what? 54 years. Pretty temporary, huh? How about you temporarily pay me a whole bunch of money? Sorry, I can't. Went way out of the. Wait, let's see. What else is here? I don't think there's really anything else, guys. Newsom wants to end free health care. That's funny that Newsom wants to get. It just these news things here on MNSN. I'm just trying to get a gauge. There looks like the most mainstream has been pretty. Looks like they didn't have a lot of mud to throw today at basically anyone. Harvard president takes pay cut amid Trump fund. Screw you, Harvard. You went political and you went woke, and you're already a piece of shit. So Trump's gonna take their money away. So if you guys don't know that either, I don't agree with this one bit. Meaning, the federal government should not be giving any money to colleges. And you would think by the federal government giving money to colleges, like tuitions would come down. Oh, hell no. No. There's a whole other reason why that's been going on, right? But if you want to have a political stance, you cannot be a public school, right? That makes sense. So, hey, stick with politics, you go private, and you don't get your funding, right? Oh, boo-hoo. You got to take pay cuts, right? Or, suck it up, get rid of your woke stuff, right? And then take the money, right? I don't know. I hope Trump, even if they walk that back, which Harvard's too dumb, they'll probably continue to go woke. Just like Disney, they're just destroying every damn franchise under Disney. But yeah, even if somehow they buckle and they say they're going to change, I hope Trump just goes, yeah, okay, but you're going to get half of what you got, right? So, but yeah, I don't agree with that one bit. I mean, because we all pay. What you guys don't understand is a tax, right? When we say, oh yeah, that, we're paying taxes on stuff that was probably from 20 years ago. That's how the government works. Is because they always have there's always a deficit, which means they spend more than the taxes that come in. I know we all get taxed how much, where's it going? I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's above board. Most of the money's probably going outside of the country, going to these NGOs, even though they're not supposed to be government, right? This money we're being taxed is being used to destroy our own country. So I say turn off all the water spigots, right? But my point is that's how the government's always been running, right? So if it's a tax, it's like we probably won't even though our taxes may go up. That tax will just be basically you're just taxing 3 generations from now, and they haven't even been born, right? So anyway, that's all I got for you today. Let's see what the video count got. Where is it? Yeah, okay. 14 minutes. Hey, not too bad. Hey, let's get it right. Okay, hang on, guys. I gotta get right to the. Hey, we found the stop button. So yeah, guys, what have you guys been doing? Welcome or thank you all for your returning members. I call you guys members, even though I don't have any members. Our subscriber count is stalled again. We flatlined. I'm going to keep trying to get videos out, but yeah, kind of hard, guys. To kind of keep going, and it's I'm just doing this as maybe self-entertainment. What do you guys think? Anyway, I'll see you guys. Take it easy. Bye.